How many of you think that you missed a plan when you mess up with your life? Hi, I'm Rashid P, Leadership Visibility Coach from the Leading Lines. Today, I'm talking about the most important work of our life. It's about planning our life as an extraordinary project. I have messed up with my life several times. I was broken on several occasions. I faced different types of challenges at different times. And when I face a challenge, when I go through a challenge, I realize that I missed something. I realize the lack of a plan or a wrong plan that I modeled from somewhere. Then I go for a proper plan. By the time I reach a proper plan, I would have ended up in another challenge. Perhaps the most painful challenge that you and I may face would be the financial challenge, isn't it? It is when you realize that your pocket is empty. It is when you realize that you don't have a single penny to spend on your necessity. Some years ago, my wife and I were living in a studio in the city. We were newly married couple then. And one evening, our drinking water got over. We were very thirsty. It was a month end. My pocket was empty. And we searched for a couple of coins to buy another bottle of water. We looked for the coin in our pockets, in the bags, in the wardrobe, even the bookshelves, but we couldn't find a single penny at all at the home. But we had to drink water. Finally, we boiled some tap water and drank it after cooling it. I still remember those days. I went to my office and came back after walking 6 kilometers under the scorching sun and exposed to high humidity so that I could save the expense on spending on the public transport. When my salary got credited to my account, the bank deducts the monthly loan EMI automatically. Then comes the rental check. Then comes the utility bills. Then the grocery payments. Then the money I need to send to my parents to care them. Then the money that I borrowed from my friends and colleagues. And that list is stretched. And it was sufficient to make me awake throughout the night. And the next day, my life is as usual. I seek the help of my friends and colleagues for the money that I needed to survive in the rest of the month. My life continued like that for some years. And when I got a new job, the company CEO asked me one day, Rashid, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I didn't have an answer to that. It was so embarrassing, but it was very painful as well, but it was very, very powerful. Nobody had asked me that question ever before. At that moment, I decided to find an answer to that, to seek an answer to that question. I did my research and I discovered something called goal setting. I read a lot about goal setting. I've watched many videos about goal setting. I even attended some seminars, and that continued for some months. After a few years, I started writing my goals in some books on my computer and paper pieces. Wherever I saw, I wrote it. I collected all the resources that I could about goal setting. I learned all the philosophies that I can learn about goal setting. And still, I couldn't figure out where I would be in the next 5 years because there was no consistency. There was no action taken. The most profound philosophy that stuck in my mind about goal setting was what Jim Rohn said. He said, there are three pulls on our life: the pull of the past, the pull of the future, and the pulse of the sideways. What does that mean? Goal setting is the pull of the future. And I found that the future didn't pull me at all. Even the past didn't pull me back. But my sideways kept pulling me again and again. What does that mean? Distractions, all types of distractions. Distractions on my right side, distractions on my left side. All the distractions and events from the two sides kept pulling me over and over and over again. What does that mean? I didn't have any focus at all. I had no focus at all on everything because all the distractions kept pulling me again and again. My goals, my visions, my purpose, all things didn't have the power to pull me to my future. What was the reason for that? Why it happened? I think about like that. Beyond all these philosophies, beyond all these learnings, beyond all these resources, there was something I missed about goal setting. What was that? I realized that I cannot do it all by myself. I cannot set my goals by doing it all alone by myself. You and I need to seek the direct support of a person who is experienced in goal setting, who is experienced in winning the goals, in achieving the goals. That means you need to have a coach, you need to have a mentor to set your goals. No resources will help you if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have a coach to help you out in setting your goals. And there, I found the person, I found my mentor, Mr. Farouk Sensi. He took me through a special program called Growth Setting. That 4 hour session that took me, that communicated to my subconscious mind directly, that made deep, deep inroads to my vision, to my goals, and to my purpose, and through all the areas of my life. That growth setting that made me set my goals very systematically and very scientifically. And finally, I established I established a system for my goals. And here it is. I named it my Exceptional Life Project. This is the plan of my life. I reflect on it every day. I internalize this every morning and every evening. Those teaching from growth setting, in fact, defined my goals. In fact, changed the way I looked at goals. In fact, changed the way I set my goals because it identified my mixo. What is that? That is my life's key agenda. And also, my mentor taught me you should have a clear goal. If your goal is more specific, it is more achievable. My dear friends, if you don't believe in setting goals, it is because you don't know how to do it. Goal setting is a skill to learn, it is a practice to reflect on, and it is a thought to internalize. I know it would be a real challenge, but it would be the most important work of your life. It is the most rewarding experience of your life. So learn it from the mouth of a mentor. Practice it along with a coach. And here is the best wisdom about goal setting from the mouth of Les Brown. He said, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss it, you will land among these stars. Wow, what a fantastic, what a wonderful thought about goal setting. My dear friends, before I conclude, let me ask you one more question. If you haven't set your goals scientifically and systematically, if you haven't set your goals systematically and scientifically, when would you be going to set it? If you want to set it in a way which is scientific, in a way which is systematic, go for a person who can teach you how to set your goals, who can teach you how to win your goals, because goal setting is the key to keep your life on track. Thank you for listening. This is Rashid P, Leadership Visibility Coach from the Leading Lines.